This video is going to explain how to use the pet insurance paper quote request form. You can access the form by being on your managed account page and coming down under marketing materials to PDF marketing brochures. Go ahead and click on that link, and then you will be able to access that form by clicking on paper quote request November 2012. When you click on it, it'll automatically bring up the PDF form if you have Adobe Reader. If you don't have Adobe Reader, then I would advise downloading it so you can read the PDFs. But most of you already have it. So if you scroll down to the bottom right, you can see that a print version pops up, or you can save the PDF to your computer. If you want to save it, you would just click Save on the little disk-looking picture, and then you can save it to your desktop or under My Documents. If you just want to print it, then same thing. Just hit the printing button, and you'll be driven to a page where you can actually print off the PDF. Okay, so what this form does is it's great if you are face-to-face with the client and you bring up pet insurance and they're interested in getting a quote. So if I was an agent and someone said, hey, I'm interested in getting a quote, I'd say, here you go, fill out this form real quick, and I'll make sure a quote is sent to you, by tonight. And so all they need to do is fill out their basic information. The most important thing for this is make sure you get a correct email address. I would even double check to make sure that they wrote it correctly. And then they just need the pet information. Age estimates are okay, so we just need, is it 1 year old, 2 years old? If it's a puppy, you'd put 0. And then we ask the health history question. Has the pet ever shown symptoms, received treatment for, or been diagnosed with any illness or condition? If the case is yes, then they would indicate which conditions they've had in the past. It's key to note that these will not necessarily be exclusions. We just need to know the health history of a pet to get a quote. And it won't affect the rate either. So a pet with cancer is the same exact rate as a pet that doesn't have cancer or has never been diagnosed with anything. But for underwriting purposes, we do need to know the health history of the pet. If they have multiple pets, then they would indicate which pet had a health condition by saying, well, number 1 had a hernia, or pet number 2 had, shock or a seizure condition. So they would just emphasize it by indicating what pet. Okay, now that you've had the client fill this information out, and typically what you do is you go back home, you get on your managed account page, and on the top right you're going to copy and paste your standard linking code, and this is going to drive you to this page here. Okay, and so you're going to fill out the information that the client has provided, right? You already have the pet information for one of the pets, you already have their name, you already have the zip code, you have the email, phone number. Now referral code, don't worry about putting a referral code. You don't need it to be tracked. There's another video that goes over that, but you do not need that to be tracked. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit get my quote. So at this point, the quote is automatically going to be generated, and it's also going to be emailed to your client in just a little bit. Now, if they only have one pet, then at this point you're good to go. You can close out. I mean, you can look at the options they have, but there's nothing else you need to do. If they have multiple pets, then from this page you're going to hit continue. You're going to get to the last page, and you're going to hit. You're going to add another pet. And so let's say they have 2 pets. So now I'm going to hit Blue. And he's 1 year old, and he's a male dog, and he's just a mixed breed. And then once again, ask the health history question. So all the health history questions match up to the form. So there's nothing on this list that isn't on the paper request form. So let's say he had arthritis. You're just going to add the condition and then add the pet. Once you add the pet, it will take you back to the quoting page where you could select the plan for the second pet. If at the point, so at this case they've done 2 pets. If that's all you have, then you can stop. You can go ahead and click out. Now, make sure that if you have multiple clients that you're doing this for, you have to erase your cookies or your history status. So if you're in Chrome, you can erase it in Chrome or Internet Explorer. If you're not sure how to erase cookies or how to clear your history, then make sure you watch the second video related to this topic, because otherwise this won't work for you.